I've had a series of rallies in front of gas stations and actually in front of some Stop and Shops as well to cut Connecticut's gas taxes, because one reason why we have the highest gas prices around is because we have the highest gas taxes around. We're more than double the tax imposed on gas by Massachusetts. So I've been doing this for 18 months now. This is probably the 14th or 15th rally I've had at least. We were successful in capping the gas tax, but right now what I'm focusing on is making people aware that next year we're scheduled to have the biggest tax increase in the history of the gas taxes in Connecticut. And I'm trying to get people, I'm asking them to call the governor's office and ask the governor to stop the biggest tax increase on gasoline in the history of Connecticut, which is scheduled to happen next year on July 1st.
Now obviously you're here along with the Americans for Prosperity, and they're basically honing in on President Obama's gas regulations. What do you think of President Obama's basic gas policy this time? Right.
Well, you know, I wasn't here to focus on that, but I'll just say very quickly. I mean, obviously,
I've been going through this all day.
Sorry about that. Obviously, it's not working, as evidenced by the price of gasoline, which has more than doubled since he was in office. But again, my focus as a state senator is not on national energy policy. My focus is on state tax policy. We can't do anything about the national issue of gas prices, but we can do something about the state issue of gas taxes, and we are gouging consumers here in Connecticut. When you look and see again that we're double the state of Massachusetts, and we're scheduled for the biggest tax increase in the history of the PGRT next year, I think it's outrageous, and I want to make my constituents and all of Connecticut aware of that. I want to advocate for people and get them involved. When people get involved, like they did when we capped the gas tax, they can make a difference. And that's what I'm trying to do. Get people calling the governor, ask him to stop the big tax increase scheduled for next year on gasoline.
Got it. Who is, I mean, I've talked to gas station owners, and they shop for them to break even at $4 a gallon.
Right.
So who is funding this today?
Well, my understanding is Americans for Prosperity, their local guy, JR, called me, and he asked me about gas taxes in Connecticut. This is like 2 weeks ago. And he told me what they were thinking about doing. I said, well, JR, in Connecticut, whatever you think about the national energy policy, Connecticut's tax policy exacerbates it. And I said, I'd like to make sure, if you're going to educate the public about energy policy, I want to educate the public about tax policy, Connecticut tax policy and gasoline. So he said, feel free to join the event if you like. You know, I said, great, I'll stick to the tax issue because that's what I have an influence on. You focus on the national energy policy.
So AFP is paying reasonably for the event?
Yeah, definitely.
Is there anything else you want to tell me?
I want people to know that they can make a difference if they call the governor's office. Too many people feel powerless today. We proved it when we capped the gas tax a few months ago. We can prove it again by stopping this outrageous increase scheduled for next year. Call the governor's hotline.
And that's not legal per campaign financing. But that's not a surprise because he continues to have lapses in his ethical responsibilities. He feels he can walk away from taxes without the responsibility of paying them. He feels he can break rules and laws whenever he chooses to. This is a scam. It's another gimmick. It's sponsored by an extreme right-wing Tea Party organization. It's an effort to trade gas for votes.
You got no more gas. He's out of gas.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Now, is it always this busy on this street like this with all the traffic?
No, absolutely not.
Now,
this is a dangerous, dangerous situation. I've witnessed I've witnessed 3 close calls in the last 5 minutes here.
now I went to a Meriden Town Council meeting, a special one, where Arlene Dunlap spoke a couple weeks ago.
She speaks at all of them.
She speaks at all of them, and I was hoping to see you there, but I'm the chief historian and videographer for the Connecticut Tea Party. You might have seen my videos on YouTube. Could you just give me a little summary of your campaign and vis-a-vis Len?
What would you like to know?
Well, how you got into it, why you're running, and what would you accomplish in Hartford when you got there?
Yeah, we can certainly talk about that another time. Not right now, though.
Okay,
This is about this event.
All right, anything else you want to add to this event that I just didn't get?
It's wrong. It's a trade for, it's trading gas for votes. It's a gimmick, and it's not legal per campaign financing rules.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, our church, New Life Church, did this the weekend of April. We did a gas buy down just to be able to give back to the community. So there was no political intent behind it. But I mean, hey, this is great. People are hurting. Gas prices are high. What a great way to help people out.
Now, could you identify yourself, please?
Sure. Will Marotti. I'm the senior pastor of New Life Church here in Meriden.
And I think I've heard you on the radio.
I also part-time fill-in hosting at WTIC 1080 AM.